What could possibly be harder than running 100 miles? Well, I could think of a few things, but the first thing that comes to mind is running 100 miles fast. Legitimately might puke. For decades, ultras have been a place for the trail runners, for the runners that pick the mountains over pounding pavement, and for the weirdos that would rather run for 20 plus hours than race a 5K, and where the need for speed is greatly overshadowed by resilience and pure grit. The truth is, if you found yourself in either the category of the road runner or the ultra runner, you've witnessed the rivalry. But it begs the question, is speed or distance king? Well, over the past few years in the ultra space, we have seen course record after course record be broken. And just this year, Katie Scheid set a new course record at the Hard Rock 100, being the first female to break 26 hours. At Cocodona 250, Dan Green set a new course record, and just last week, history was made at the Leadville 100. David Roche smashed his previous course record by 14 minutes, and Ann Flowers destroying a 31-year course record for the ladies. And get this, at her 100-miler debut. So all that to say, ultra is getting faster, my friends. And in this comeback, so are we. If we haven't met yet, hi, my name is Amanda. I'm a 2-time cancer survivor and Army veteran who was told that I'd never run again. And now I'm an ultra runner. Since that prognosis and 16 months of chemo, I have summited dozens of technical mountains, raced in 100-mile ultras, including the Leadville 100. Raced at Ironman Kona. And now I'm documenting my comeback after experiencing a second trimester miscarriage. I hope by documenting my comeback, you are inspired to start yours. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so. Good morning and welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited to take you guys along for a little day in the life. We have a speedy, 14.5-mile run today. And then I'm also going to take you guys through a lift, focusing on the comeback and focusing on getting faster. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you guys know my philosophy when it comes to speed and ultras. I think the importance of speed work is greatly overshadowed by the need for a zone 2 and low intensity aerobic state, like volume, pure volume. But performance science says that we need to maintain as much speed as we can, even in an endurance block, for not only performance, but also for our overall health. VO2 is one of the greatest markers of longevity when we're looking at a general population of people. So if we can maintain that VO2 max for as long as we possibly can, or even increase it, then we're better off as athletes, but also better off as humans. So I love speed work. You guys know it's like one of my favorite things in the entire world when it comes to training, and I take it incredibly seriously. So today's episode of The Comeback is going to be focused all on speed. And you may want to stay until the very end of the video because I am going to be announcing my first race in The Comeback. Good morning. We have a really fun run on the schedule today. I'm gonna do a little bit of fast plus endurance plus some downhill training today. So we're at the top of Big Cottonwood Canyon and I am gonna work in some marathon pace on this really fun route. So I'm excited to take you guys along for the ride. Yesterday I did 12.5 miles. So it'll be a kind of a good test for me to see how I'm feeling on like super not fresh legs coming into this run and incorporating some speed. So I think we'll get right around like 14.5 miles today, and yeah, kind of working in some like 6:30 potentially paces on some of the miles today. So I'm excited to kind of test her out. So today I'm wearing the Adios Pro 4s. These are what I've been doing a lot of my speed work in, and I have really liked them. I'm curious to see if I will end up using these or the New Balance that I've normally, I guess, have in the past done speed work in. So this is going to be a good trial today to kind of see how I like these in comparison to my New Balance Fuel Cell Elites, which I also really, really love. I think for an overall marathon shoe, I think the New Balance is a really great shoe. So let's get her started.
I can be brave, I can stand tall, I can be fearless in the weight of it all. I can move mountains, a power within, learn to find greatness when the lights go dim. I believe that if I dare, I'm aiming higher than the air. I will go till I get there. Oh, oh. There's no turning back, I'm on that road. My eyes are on the sun that's filled with gold.
Okay, so I just stopped at the bathroom. We're also gonna take a gel. We are 5.56 miles in, average pace so far 6:37.
I'll keep running, I'll keep running, I'll keep going on until there's nothing left. I'll keep dreaming, I'll keep living, I'll keep fighting on until I lose my breath. I will run,
that is it. So I just got a notification that I ran my fastest half ever. I PR'd my half marathon on a training run, so that's good, 1:26. So today we ended with 14.52 miles at an average pace of 6:39. So that hurt. I'm not gonna lie. I had a side cramp when I woke up this morning, and it just consistently was there the whole time. So proud of today's effort. Thanks for coming along. So before I go lift, I'm just gonna have my breakfast. You guys have seen this a million times before. The only thing I'm missing is my 2 eggs. We ran out of eggs, so I will do that after my lift. But this is just my protein. So this is 1 scoop of BPN vegan protein, some oats with apple and cinnamon, and it's so stinking good. This is like the easiest way to get 25 grams of protein ever. So cheers. We talked a lot about nutrition in last week's episode of the comeback, and you guys know that it's been a huge central focus for me in this comeback. One of my most frequently asked questions is how do I train so much and not get injured, burnt out, experience overtraining, etc. Number one is that I didn't just do this overnight. Everything has been very progressive and gentle over time. But secondarily, I focus really heavily on fueling my body. I view food as fuel because it is the gas that literally allows our car, our vehicle, to be able to move forward. If we're not properly fueling our body, we're not able to do the things that we need to do to perform our best and to be able to do so for a long period of time. There's several female athletes who've talked about their experiences with overtraining, underfueling, eating disorders, etc. And it seems to be a really common thing in the sport of running, specifically with women who start at a really young age in the sport. There's definitely a lot of chat about weight in the track and field space specifically, because it definitely is a factor in performance. But when we talk about these longer distances, like 100-milers, ultras, etc., it's so important to maintain the muscle that we currently have. And if you want to be able to do this sport for a long period of time, underfueling is a surefire way to get injured and not be able to do this long term. So I want to be able to do this for a very, very long time. I want to be the tortoise, essentially. I want to be able to be a slow burn, instead of like really peaking really fast and then never being able to do the sport again. So fueling is a huge part of that. But I like to get at least 20 grams of protein in between my runs and my lifts. If I can get a little bit more than that, that's generally what I like to do. And sometimes my lifts will be in the afternoon, sometimes they'll be in the morning like they are today. But either way, I like to get at least a meal in between because I want to make sure that I'm fueled for not only my run, but also for my lift. So I'm gonna finish this up and I'll meet you guys at the gym. We are officially at the gym. We're actually at my local F45. This is actually something that I have been incorporating weekly just to be able to have some community outside of running that's still centered around fitness. And honestly, for me, as a coach, it's really nice to just come here and turn my brain off. But they're so gracious to let me utilize this space, so I'm really grateful for that. I'm gonna take you guys through a workout that I would utilize as someone who is prioritizing ultra training and speed at the same time, combining the two. So we're gonna be focusing a lot on unilateral strength today, some balance stuff, some overall agility stuff, and obviously some power and some strength as well. So let's get into it. So something that I'm really heavily working on in this prep is unilateral strength. So you guys know that I'm going to PT, and one of the things that Cade, my PT, talks about is the importance of having this like stability also in our lifts. So incorporating unilateral automatically incorporates some stability because you're on one leg. This is a B stance RDL, slightly different than like a single leg where you're lifted, but I love a B stance RDL. So good for the glutes, good for power as you're coming up. The next thing we're also incorporating is a little bit more proprioception work. So this is like the nitty gritty agility stuff that I feel like if you played sports in high school, you absolutely hated. But as we get older, as adults, we lose this. So especially for me, after my chemo, I lost like all of my proprioception. So I'm working on building it back. Ladder drills are a great way to do this. If you're my client, you are familiar with the ladder drills. So I have to do them too. Okay, 2 feet. Core has been something I've historically neglected because you do work out your core in running and in compound lifts, etc. But I have been really focusing on it, and I do actually notice the difference in my balance. So definitely incorporating this every single time that I lift. So 3 to 5 days a week right now, 5 days a week mostly right now. So do your core, or don't if you don't want to. Okay, that is what a lower body focus with some core and plyometrics looks like from me. Every workout is super different, but I have more focus days on like pure strength, and that's not what today was. This is definitely more of like agility type day. These are really important for me to build muscular endurance, to kind of balance out some balances that I have in my hips, and then also work on things that I'm learning in PT. So we're kind of full circle bringing it in the gym. So thanks for coming along. I hope that's helpful. If you guys want anything like suggestions that you want specifically with lifting, please leave them in the comments below and I'll make sure to address them in future videos. So we are back home from our lift and I'm gonna take you guys along for a little golf update. I've been posting on my IG that I started golfing and specifically just trying to honestly like develop my swing and do something with my husband. It has been so nice. I've been hesitant to start golf because I am very competitive and also very hard on myself, and I know that it's a sport that you basically suck at forever. I knew going into this that this was going to be like a process of me learning, and honestly I've been hooked. I needed something outside of running for a while just because like my entire job is centered around it, obviously my hobbies, my friends, etc. And I feel like I finally found it. And this has been super fun for me to just get better at something and try something completely out of my comfort zone and completely new, and also just spend quality time with my husband. So we're gonna go do golf. I think this is day 7 technically. Day 7 of swinging a golf club for the first time. So I'm excited to see how we continue to progress because I already feel like we've done so much better than just my first couple of times at the driving range. So let's go hit some balls. To give you a review of my golf journey. Tyler's gonna give his review on my golf journey. He's choking because it's so bad. That's how good it is.
Try that again.
Okay, Tyler's gonna give his review on my golf journey. He has been trying to get me to golf subliminally.
Yeah, journey's not the right word.
For 6 years.
It's been a week.
Well, no, it's been consecutively 7 days of me golfing.
Yeah, and you're well ahead of everybody at 7 weeks.
7 weeks?
Or 7 days, 1 week. Yeah, no, you're killing it.
Thanks. Appreciate it. But yeah, anyway, I started golfing because Tyler, so if I ever quit running and only do golf, you can blame him.
Yeah, welcome.
I'm just kidding, that will never happen. But I do feel like it's in my genetics to be like super obsessed with stuff when I start, and I definitely feel like I'm like that with golf thus far. So, and it is kind of nice that like I can just do it after everything, like all my training and stuff, for an hour, and it doesn't feel like super duper taxing, but able to be outside. It was super hot today, so it was a little bit draining, but yeah, it's been really fun. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining episode 2 of The Comeback. And this is where I'm gonna announce my next race that I'm doing in this comeback. So the next race that I will be doing will be in just over 2 weeks. I will be racing the Big Cottonwood Half Marathon. It is a downhill half marathon. This is my first ever Revel race. Every road runner in Utah has done Revel. It is like the most popular race organization here in Utah because they're known for their downhill races. So I am going for a PR. My PR right now is 1:27. I raced at Austin, but as you guys saw today, I did PR my half marathon in this training run. I got a 1:26. So I might be pushing for like a 125, 124. We'll kind of see how things are feeling on race day, but I'm so excited to share this journey with you guys and continue to get faster for the next 2-ish weeks, and also take you guys along for all the adventures. Next weekend, we are doing a 30+ mile adventure. So this is not your normal half marathon programming. I definitely wanted to make sure that I was still training for other things, trail stuff, but I just wanted to have fun with this race. So I'm excited to take you guys along for that and continue training for that in the next few weeks. So thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. If you have not subscribed yet, please make sure to do so and leave a comment down below telling me what you are training for. Until next time, stay unbreakable.